after the healing comes a decision. Not every chain falls off by itself. Not every door closes on its own. Sometimes God heals us, then asks us to close the door to fear, the door to bitterness, the door to shame, and the door to the voices that keep pulling us backward.
Why do I keep coming back here?
God had healed the wounds, but she kept visiting the place where she was hurt. She returned to the memories, replayed the conversations, and stood again in rooms God had already brought her out of. The pain was no longer in the wounds, yet it still lingered in the habit of looking back. Sometimes healing requires more than the closing of a scar. It requires the courage to leave the place of injury behind. God did not heal her so she could live in yesterday. He healed her so she could walk into tomorrow. There comes a moment when faith stops asking, "Why did this happen?" and begins asking, "Lord, where are you leading me now?" The wounds were maybe part of her story, but it was never meant to become her address. What God has healed, He does not call us to reopen. What God has restored, He calls us to steward. And what God has brought us through, He intends to use as a testimony, not a prison.
Lord, why does this keep coming back?
The pain no longer lived inside her, but she kept leaving the door unlocked. She had been set free, yet she continued to welcome back the thoughts, the fears, and the voices that God had already silenced. Healing had closed the wound, but wisdom was learning not to give the hurt a place to stay again. Some doors are not meant to be revisited. What God delivered her from was never meant to become a permanent guest in her life.
What are you still holding on to?
I don't know how to let it go.
Maybe because you keep reopening what God already healed.
Healing removes the wound, but freedom requires a decision to stop living from the pain of the past and start walking in the promise of what God has spoken. Healing is what God does within us. Freedom is choosing day by day to live as though we believe He truly made us whole. The wound may be gone, but freedom begins when we stop returning to what God has already carried us through.
Fear. You have taken enough from me.
What happened was real, but I refused to carry it anymore.
Forgiveness did not excuse the pain.
Forgiveness did not excuse the pain. It released the prisoner, and the prisoner was her.
This chapter is over. I am not going back.
I refuse to be chained any longer. Freedom begins here.
I agree with you, and am here to support you. Ready?
More than ever.
Some doors are not meant to stay open. Some chapters are not meant to be revisited. And some seasons are not meant to be relived. But freedom begins when we stop reopening what God called us to leave behind.
There was a season we kept looking back, walking circles down the same old path, holding memories we were meant to leave, carrying chains we no longer need. You brought healing to the wounded place, covered every scar with grace, and now you're calling us to see freedom is standing in front of me. This is the door we're closing, this is the chain we're leaving, this is the fear we're surrendering, this is the shame we're releasing. No more living in yesterday, no more giving darkness a place. The God who healed us has made a way. Yeah, we're walking into freedom today. The voices try to call us back to old defeats and broken paths, but your truth became the loudest sound, and your love turned our lives around. What once controlled us has lost its hold. What once defined us no longer owns. The story isn't ending here, a brand new chapter is drawing near. This is the door we're closing, this is the chain we're leaving, this is the fear we're surrendering, this is the shame we're releasing. No more living in yesterday, no more giving darkness a place. The God who healed us has made a way, and we're walking into freedom today. You did not heal us to stand still, you healed us to follow your will. The valley was only part of the road, not the place we were meant to call home. Now every step is filled with hope, every sunrise reminds us so, that grace is stronger than what has been, and your mercy is leading us again. Close the door, leave it behind. Close the door, it's no longer mine. Close the door, the past is gone. Close the door, we're moving on. Close the door, your grace is enough. Close the door, we're walking in love. This is the door we're closing, this is the life we're choosing, this is the hope we're holding, this is the future you're building. No more chains around our feet, no more fear that keeps us weak. The God who brought us through the night is leading us into His light. The chapter is over, the healing remains, the door is closed, the future awaits, and the God who restored us will faithfully lead us home. Close the door, walk into freedom. Close the door.